the best belt on the market. Could be. How's it going today? Core Essentials reached out to me and said, hey man, you interested in reviewing one of our belts? And I said, yeah, if you don't mind me telling the truth, send it on over. So I've been spending the last couple of weeks messing around with it. They sent me one of their newer ones, which is called the Executive, which is what I would call a dress battle belt. You've got an outer leather belt and an inner Velcro belt that this goes on to. And yeah, they sent it to me. And yeah, so far, like I've been spending trying to go over the essentials of, you know, what makes a good belt. And from my limited experience, because I'll be honest with you, I don't everyday carry every day. That's just not something I do. And I don't go and do competitions like I've said in my other videos. But every once in a while, you know, I do carry. So, you know, usually I'm like your average day guy. And I said, hey, man, you know, usually if I get it, I'll just grab my regular leather belt and throw it on there. He's like, I don't need to spend a bunch of money. So they got the good opportunity to try to test these. And I did some research and went through and talked to some of the people that I know are in law enforcement and security that do carry a lot. And this was a name that came up quite a bit. So I was pretty intrigued on like, all right, man, let's see what it's all about. So again, they sent me the Executive. And when you're going over belts, it seems like your main qualities you want to go for, or your main features that you want to go for, that what makes a good belt is, one, quality. What's the construction like? Then you have comfort, you know, and strength. And so, and again, to me, the comfort and the strength, because when you say strength, you want the belt to be rigid. You want it to be enough where it's not flopping around like your regular everyday leather belts you get, just all noodly, and you put something on there and it's just going to flop around and make a whole bunch. So like I said, I grabbed this little holster here, not even with a gun, man. I just grabbed the holster, put it on my little regular belt here, and it's just, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. There's no strength there. That thing's just going to bend and flop around, and it's not really going to do much. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing with these belts, is you want it to be rigid so everything stays vertical, straight up and down. So whenever you need to go for it, it's not digging into you, it's not folding over and all that other stuff. But again, you don't want it to be too rigid where it doesn't conform to your body and it's just digging into you all day, and just makes it just miserable to carry around. So quality wise, man, okay, first off, what comes in the box of essentials? First off, they give you the belt, which again, you've seen the shorts I get. It comes in this leather belt. It comes in a full length, and you cut it to fit. Usually, I think they're saying you measure what your waist size is, and it's, you know, you cut anywhere from 4 to 6 inches over that to give yourself enough adjustable. Because that's the thing with the belts. It's better to cut it too long than cut it too short, and then you can't use it, and then you have to pay a resizing fee. You don't want to do that. So you cut about 4 or 6 inches, give yourself a little bit of, you know, leeway, and then it comes with, it comes with a good measuring thing to go ahead and measure it out if you need to. It comes with all the tools you need. Even they can throw in this nifty little hanger here that can go through there, and you can attach all your buckles to. So if you got them hanging up in the closet, you can just go through and boom, they just kind of, wow, pop right on there, and you can up to 3 belts, and you've got all these other different places to put your accessories. Pretty cool little deal. I think you can buy them. I don't know how much they're, like $5, $4, you know, whatever it is, but cool. If you're running a bunch of belts, man, just be able to boom and hang them up in there. It's pretty cool. And throw that in there in the box, and you get the buckle system, which anybody knows about Core. They are a ratchet style belt, which again, if you look on the inside of the belt, there you go. You got 40 different adjustment positions, and they adjust in 1/4 inch increments. So it's like your typical belt where you got about an inch and a quarter between each loop. So it's like you're either really loose or you're cinching that sucker down. This one you can just fine tune it. So if you're wearing this just as an everyday belt, you get, I think, a lot better. And there's a lot of guys I know when I'm talking to security guys, or even, you know, just guys out there that, you know, that do carry once in a while, that they just started wearing these belts every day because he said it's a lot better to adjust, a lot more comfortable, and, you know, just makes it a little bit more convenient. And you have their buckle system. So again, like I said in the video, once you cut it to length, you have these little tightening screws, but you lift up this little flap that has teeth in it, you push it in there, and then you push it back down, and that crimps on and locks onto it with the teeth, and then you go ahead and tighten down these little retention screws. From what I'm saying, you don't have to put these in, but it just gives you a little bit more extra security, you know, when you're really kind of, if you're out there using and abusing And the buckle system, I think this is their patented buckle, which is pretty dang cool. If you look at the construction on it, they come in multiple ones. Like, they're all like X5, X3, X2, X6, and they're different styles, like any style you could think of. And the construction, man, is really, really, really good. A lot better than what I expected, because usually you see these type of buckles, man, and they're just flimsy pieces of crap. This thing is built like a tank. And you have this instant quick release knob right here. You see that? And you just, boom, you push that in. So if you sit there and you push the belt in like this, oops, sorry, you push that in, you hear it, tighten up in increments, and then when you want to adjust, you just grab that little lever and you pull up on it, and then you can, boom, you can adjust it. You can either take it off or just kind of find it. And it's really, and I thought, man, that thing, is that going to dig into me? And no, not so whatsoever. So first off, let's get to quality. If I'm comparing this to this belt, my everyday belt, which is, I think, is a really quality belt. This is an Allen Edmond. This belt will run you anywhere from 150 to close to $200. And you can see this is, you know, similar type of as this belt here. I mean, they look very similar. This uses a different type of shinier leather. This does use leather for these core belts, and they use, you know, this has your different padding. But if you look at the stitching on this belt, which this is a high quality belt, and you look at the stitching here, really comparable. The construction, the quality, I would put this up next to a lot of your, you know, your better dress belts out there. So if you're wearing this with khakis, or, you know, you're out there, and I think that's what they meant it for, is the executive, to be like a Secret Service type of thing, with somebody's dressed. If you want to dress and be out there and you're not looking like you're ready to go commando, you know, out there, or do something crazy, you know, you just want something that looks good that you can wear around. Yeah, that, I would put that up there. And so the quality and the construction, like I said, I went over the buckle and I went over the leather. It's really, really good. And our belt's the same way. It's a Velcro belt. We can sit here and get on a bit of this, and you cut the length, and then you have this little metal crimp. You just kind of pinch that on there and crimp it down. It's got this little bit of elastic go through there. It's really good. It's also really rigid, and you kind of put it in there, boom, strap that over, and then you take your outer belt just like this. You start at the back, sorry guys, and you just kind of come around, boom, center down, there it is. And the purpose of people that don't know why would I get that is because that adds you, one, a little bit more strength, ease, so I'm not constantly like putting all my accessories in my magazine and my holster and everything, and then having to constantly feed everything off. So boom, I'm on, I grab it, boom, boom, I can pull it off and go and come. Plus, it helps with positioning. So like whenever I put my items, especially when I was talking to the law enforcement guys, I put all my little items around here, I get them where I want. That belt helps to put them in position so they stay put. They stay where I want them. So yeah, really, really convenient. See that? Boom, I'm off. Just take it off, throw it down, and then be able to put it back on. So I would say that the quality on it and the ergonomics on it are really, really good compared to some of the other ones when I was researching, which a lot of them, either the belt buckle doesn't function real good, it doesn't stay locked real good. This one, no issue. So then that gets to the comfort. So again, I work in an office. I'm trying to keep this short kind of thing. I work in an office as an engineer. So I'm constantly sitting around, getting up, moving, going out to the shop and everything. And so I took and I wore this for like a week and a half every day at work. I wore it with just the belt, and I wore it with both the outer and inner belt. And when I was thinking, if you got a buckle like it, you're always worried about me, you know, especially the guys with the muffin tops, that you're like myself. If you worry about that just kind of really digging in there, I didn't have that problem at all, man. It's pretty in line. There's not a whole lot of extra out there that's going to be digging into you, and I didn't have that problem whatsoever. And it was really, really comfortable, comparable to this, like my high-end, expensive, everyday dress belt that I usually wear to work. It was just as comfortable as that, even though it's rigid. Because again, people that don't know, they put this, I think it's called Power Core, real rigid, kind of a composite type material that they put inside here that allows it to conform to your body and to be able to twist and move, but it still be really strong and really rigid. So it's, yeah, I had no issues with it whatsoever. So, and then you get into the last part, which is strength. So I will throw in a section here, because again, if you're drawing, you want it to stay vertical, right? You don't want this thing wobbling and pushing and catching, because then you're getting hung up. So here, I went outside and I'll show you. And I kind of did some tests of me pulling through, and I'm using a Canic Rival steel frame with this tension type holster. You tighten this down, and I tighten it down really good so that, you know, I make sure that I'm really kind of tugging on it. So go ahead and take a look at that now and come on back. Okay, one of the things when you're looking at a good belt as far as everyday carry, again, the Executive here, it does have the inner belt, is the draw. Like, you don't want a lot of rocking, you want this to stay vertical. So you can see here, come out here, you can see as I'm drawing this, I've got this pretty tight on the inside of this tension holster. It stays vertical. I'm not getting a whole lot of rocking. Now if I even instead here, you see that, me drawing out of here, boom, getting in that seat, I got it pretty tight. So I've got this screw tightened down pretty good, and boom, it's coming out there, it's holding it good, so I'm getting it really good, boom. And then you can see here, if I'm going, you're not getting a lot of rocking. So if I'm doing jumping, I mean, this is a Canic steel frame, Rival steel frame. So this is a pretty heavy gun. You can see that even me jumping up and down, there's not a whole lot of moving. Me moving around, you know, just doing some crazy stuff, it's staying pretty stationary. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good strength there. I got to give it that. Even then, even though you got the inner belt on there, so from that point, I think it qualifies. All right. So back, you can see like there, pulling and drawing was no issue whatsoever. It stayed really rigid. And again, I got it here, and I wanted to. This is a Canic Rival steel frame. Again, we are free and clear, and yeah, really heavy. This full steel frame gun, and yeah, it was no issues whatsoever getting it. Like I said, I got that in there really good, and pulling it out of there, even then when I'm not even supported by my body. Yeah, the belt is really strong. And again, you want that to stay vertical. Like I said, you don't want that. Look at it. It's boom. That is a really heavy. Anybody knows the steel frame gun, that is a really heavy. And look at that. If I were to put that on this regular belt, it would just flop all over. See that? That is staying up there. Even if I take, and again, you don't want something that heavy. I've got the Canic Meta here. Again, free and clear. Canic Meta. This is a polymer type gun, and we throw that in there. Really, now that's. I mean, man, I'm moving that sucker around. That thing is going nowhere. So strength with this is not an issue. Again, we'll throw in this. Again, this is full Canic Rival steel frame. This is a heavy gun. Boom. Throw that in there. Look at that. Just moving that around. She's not going anywhere, man. That thing is staying really rigid. So really conforming to your body does really, really good. So that being said, would I recommend this belt? Again, with me, bang for the buck. Bang for the buck. If you're going through and looking at a lot of other belts, really expensive belts, this belt I think was really reasonably priced. It seems like a lot of belts will range you anywhere from, you know, $50 up to $100 or more dollars, especially when you get into, you know, really good battle belts and stuff. And for again, this right here is about $150, $200 belt, and it's just a belt, nice quality belt. The build quality, I think, is just as good, if not better, as far, because now you have the rigidity and you have the ability to, you know, wear it every day as a dress belt. I mean, look at the buckle on it. That is a nice looking belt. I got compliments. People didn't even know what it was when I was wearing it at work, and they was like, "Hey man, you get a new belt? That's nice. Where'd you get that from?" And yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't even tell them what it was." So I was just like, "Yeah, man." And it, yeah. So the quality on it, and then the fact that, you know, it's pretty much, you know, you can use it as a battle belt. Go through, put that on there, boom. Like I said before, really easy, boom. I can lock that in. Good to go. Get my holster where I want it. Yeah, I'm in and out. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's, you know, really good. Again, and that helps you. That inner belt, see that? Boom, I can lock it in. Boom, it's not going anywhere. I'm in, I'm out. Yeah, so me sitting down, you see that? Stays where it needs to be. It's not digging into me, not rocking, not bending. Yeah, man, that is, if I had to get it, would I go out, would I recommend it? Highly. Like I said, and going through the research on people, talking to people that do carry every day, like the security people I know, they said it was one of the best belts that they have used, and they didn't even have this one. They just had your regular everyday carry one. So yeah, man, for the money, I don't think you can beat it, man. Core Essentials Executive belt, man. If you're wanting that nice casual with my khakis, with my I'm going out dress, nice quality belt with that, you know, the ability to go through there and get that battle belt, I would highly recommend it, man. Again, I don't try to run long, but I hope that helps, man. Hope that gets you what you need. Again, Core Essentials, man. Really quality. They send you everything. Talking to the guys, really good customer service, man. So again, man, I hope that gets you what you need if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. Until next time, man.